Hello YouTube fans, here again. And now the conclusion of the eternity of the Omen. That being Omen's v the final confrontation. Final conflict, I should say, foundation. But funny enough, like most of my films, this had two titles. Originally it was going to be called The Final Confrontation, and as days went on they altered it to Omen's v the Final Confrontation. And in all fairness, this should have been the fucking last one, because the fourth one is a piece of fucking dog shit, and the remake, well, that's definitely a fucking rant, because that's just a waste of fucking potential, and it's also a piece of dog shit. But unlike most people that rant on this one and say it's shit, it's garbage under the fucking sun, I'm going to defend it. Because I like Sam Neeson. Sam Neeson's the one who plays Damien Thorne in this. And as it said in the trailer, he's not a kid. He's not a teenager. He's a man. And in this era, Sam Neeson was 32. He was 32. And I felt he looked brilliant as Damien. Because this is the one, basically, people, where it just shows you the reason why in the original, when his dad, as we all know, played by Ted DePet, was going to kill him with the daggers, you know, when he was giving the daggers to kill him, and Ted DePet was going to do it, and he was half and half. Too late, the cops come in, he got shot. We didn't see it, was Austin. This was the reason why his uncle was going to kill him. And you find out why. Because in this, he is fucking evil. He is evil. And as a bit of history here, in 81, Sam Neeson was doing another film that was very similar to Demons and Hell and all that, and funny enough with a video nasty in its era, that being The Possession. But this one I'd say was definitely more psychological, and again it's more suspenseful. It's a bit ballsy in parts, because it's a bit where they're going to kill babies, and have to say you don't see it, it's more obscene, and you get the effects. There's a scene where a woman is going to burn a baby with an iron, a fucking iron. But again, it's offset and it's obscene. So it's not like shit like a Soviet fucking film. And believe me, I said about that. Definitely not a good film to watch. If you don't want any harm done to babies, you definitely don't want to see that film. So this was angled professional there. There's a difference. It was angled professionally. But I would have to say, out of all the Omen films, Omen 2 is still one of the most violent ones in the eternity. But it doesn't mean I'm going to boo-hoo it, doesn't mean I'm going to call it fucking names, it doesn't mean any of that. Because I still think it's a good one. Let's not forget again they bring back the Wattwawa. Obviously a different dog, because this come out in, I think, 1980 to 81. But you do get the Wattwawa again, and you get the brilliant scenes with the eyes. I love the scene where it puts a guy in a trance, and he gets a fucking shotgun near the tin, they open the door, beautiful headshot. Try it everywhere. And also in this, Damien falls for a woman. He falls for a woman, which becomes his outdoing. Becomes his out fucking doing in this film. But again, like I say, I like Sam Neeson. I like him as an actor, and I think he's pretty good. It's definitely different compared to the other two Omen films. Not the fact that the other two is in the 70s and this come out in the early 80s. It's definitely was an early 80s film. But I just think it's different in tone. I also love the music in it. Again, brilliant score, beautiful score. That la 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 la. I'm going to kill it if I'm trying to sing it. But I just think he was brilliant in that role. You know, Sam Neeson was brilliant. You know what I mean? And again, I mean, you got that beautiful score, that la 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 la, and I mean, it's definitely a good scene. He blows his brains out, and as I was saying, Damien falls in love. He actually falls in love, and that basically is his outdoing. It's his outdoing, which I won't surprise the rest of the film. But again, you know, there's a few good death scenes in it, you know, good versus evil. But in my eyes, good versus evil, they're good. No wonder fucking evil wins, because they're fucking dumb. You got One Piece, which funny enough, paid one day, the same day, he paid him for your eyes only. And in this, he just get an epic death. I love to see him when one guy's about to stab him and he goes flying through this rope and gets burnt, turns to fucking toast. And You do got that scene where he mentions about Papa Aiden, you know, the one who was going to kill him with the daggers. So basically it's one of them, you know, the peace again and good versus evil. You get peace again trying to fucking outdo Damien, and they get locked and buried alive, which has to be the worst death. There's a bit I don't really like, you know, they got a bit of fox hunting, you know, which he rich upper task people, and similar to like Ted DePet's character, Damien has now got voted as higher up, you know, as a senator. He's come to London, he's now following up his father's footsteps, as I say, his stepfather, and he's now the senator. He's now going to get power, and that's what the film was about. If Damien gets power, it would be fucking dangerous. It'd be like having Damien Thorne as the fucking next Prime Minister. I think we've already got one Damien already in that one, but you know what I mean? You would have Damien Thorne in power, it would be fucking lethal. It would be lethal. But again, you got, like I said, you have fox hunting, and there's a really nasty scene in it where he sets these fucking hounds and they literally kill the die. You don't see it, it's not that graphic, is what I'm making it out to be. But it's too like a brutal scene, you get that effect. And what's also frightening is the amount of people who are devil worshippers in the film. I mean, there's a bit of humour in it where you've got one dressed up as a nun, one dressed up as a fucking priest, and he's there saying, "Join the son of the Charioteer, and you will have power and journey. Fail, and you will die an awful death." Doesn't say it like that, but he might as well do. Sam Neeson, I just think the fucking performance he does as Damien Thorne is brilliant. I mean, get any recognisable for this, I do not know. And I'll let you into a secret again. In 1986, when they were looking for a new James Bond, when Roger Moore got it a day in 85, Sam Neeson auditioned the role for James Bond. I'm not making this shit up, he auditioned. And why did not get the role is beyond me, because I have actually seen original auditions. As I was saying, Sam Neeson auditioned. He fucking auditioned for the role, right, for the Bond movie, that being The Living Daylights. That's right, so believe it or not, he auditioned. But for some reason, Albert Arbottle, he didn't like him. And why, I don't know, because I've seen original auditions of Sam Neeson doing the role of Bond, you know, this was when he was in his heyday, and it's just a fucking shame he never got the role, because in this, I just thought he was brilliant as Damien Thorne. He was smooth, he was evil, and he definitely was dark and dangerous. He was dangerous. Again, he's seen it where he's old evil, and the woman finds out that he's, you know, the son of the Antichrist, and he kills her son. It's also how evil he is. He actually uses a kid as a shield and gets a kid killed, which is a bit ballsy. See when she runs out and says, "You bastard!" and then stabbed him with the daggers. Damien limps, he says a line, "You won. Nothing." Falls to his death. End of movie. You get a beautiful story at the end, and in my eyes that's how the film should have ended. Omen's fee, the final Tron fit. This is how the film should have ended. Instead of having that fucking horrible number 4, the fucking Avengers remake. This is how the film should have ended. Even today, I think Sam Neeson does a brilliant role as Damien Thorne. All in all, I dilute it. I'm the only one to offend. Omen's fee, the final Tron fit. Is it as good as the original? No. Is it as good as number 2? No. But I don't think it's as bad as what people make it out to be. It was a different no. It was interesting to see Damien Thorne now in his early 30s. But a growing man. All in all, I dilute it. Into them. You can find anyone if that I done with her, please let me know. Other than that, I'll see you later.